Number 18, the volume of the solid formed by revolving the region by the x-axis, the curve y equals 3x to the 4, and the lines x equals -1 and x equals 1 about the x-axis is. So we want to draw a two-dimensional version of what this is going to look like. Y equals 3x to the 4 will look like this. And then it says it's bounded by the x-axis, and it's bounded by the lines x equals -1 and x equals 1. So it's actually going to be this shape right here, and I'm revolving it about the x-axis, so it actually is going to end up looking something like that when we are done. We want to revolve it about the x-axis. I know I'm going to use a disc or washer. I notice there's actually no space when I'm revolving it. There's space on the outside but not on the inside, so this is going to be the disc method. So we're going to have volume equals pi. It's going to go from x equals -1 to x equals 1. My radius is going to be 3x to the 4th, and it will be radius squared. And then from here, this is a calculator problem, so we can just plug that into our calculator. And when we calculate it to 3 decimal places, it will be 6.283. All right, number 19. The table below records the velocity of a bobsled at 1 second intervals for the first 8 seconds of its run. Use the trapezoidal rule to approximate the distance the bobsled travels during that 8-second interval. So we want to use the trapezoidal rule, and it doesn't tell us, well, it just says 1 second intervals. It doesn't tell us to use like 5 subdivisions or anything like that, so we're just going to use all 8 when we're finding the trapezoidal rule. The one glitch that I notice is that the time is measured in seconds and the speed is measured in miles per hour. So when we work this problem, before we are done, we're going to have to multiply by 1 over 3,600. That will convert seconds to, I didn't mean to circle miles, I meant to circle hours. So that will convert seconds to hours. So that should work. Okay, all right. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have 1/2 times. These intervals are all going by 1, so we're going to have 1/2. If you use the trapezoidal rule, there's 2 different ways you can use the trapezoidal rule. We can either use b minus a over 2n, or I like to use 1/2 height on the outside. So either way, I did 1/2 times the height. The height is just the distance of each of the intervals, which is just 1. If you did b minus a, it would be 8 minus 0 over 2 times the number of intervals would be on this one 8. So then we're going to have 8 over 16, which would also reduce to 1/2. So the biggest thing is it's 1/2 on the outside. All right. Now we're going to use each one of these intervals. The inside ones are going to get multiplied by 2. So this is going to be, and I'm just using the y values right now. So we're going to have 0 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 7 plus 2 times 12 plus 2 times 17 plus 2 times 25 plus 2 times 33 plus 2 times 41 plus 48. Again, the outside ones do not get multiplied by 2. When you calculate that all out, actually, I believe you're going to get 162, and then you will need to divide by 3,600 to get our units to match, and that will end up being 0.045 miles.